At 5'10", 195 pounds, this fighter is one of our lowest positions. He holds a 4th-degree black belt in Taekwondo and a blue belt in Jiu-Jitsu. Let me bring out the Sultan of Sinus, Bernie, the Beast from the East, Weinstock.
Bernie the Beast, the Sultan of Sinus.
And here comes the Beast entourage, including Bill Cooper, ranked #1 in the world in Grappler's Quest, Bill Stallworth, a local favorite in grappling, and the instructor, Ricardo Miller, world champion and black belt from Brazil.
But Bernie, I didn't think anybody liked you, and there's like people clapping for you here. What's the deal? Doc looks in condition, ready for a fight. Getting a little help over there. I think Mitch has a problem with fake finger people.
It's a bad hair day.
That's Don Juan King. That's my promoter.
The challenger, handsome Mark Hadley.
I do have to say I did look quite handsome that day.
Quite handsome, I agree.
See my entourage? Look at that. Look at all those people. Wow. Yep, right about now I'm just thinking, what the heck did what the heck did I decide to do here? Alright.
As you can see, I'm wearing a formal jiu-jitsu gi, and Handsome is not wearing a gi. He's wearing his traditional WWF.
See that?
Well, of course.
Anderson was cracking me, man. He wants to be in there.
Of course, he's one of my students.
See, I'm trying to say 2-minute rounds here, and it got messed up here. Anderson, he don't care. We're gonna fight till submission.
Okay, we're meeting in the center of the ring, looking for our initial advantage.
Alright. I'm thinking this ain't gonna take too long to pick you up, throw you down, twirl you around a couple times.
Yeah, with the huge disparity in size between Handsome and myself, I have to be careful not to be lifted off the floor and smashed down. So I'm taking great care to keep my center of balance away from him.
Which I don't think is very fair.
Ooh! Tried for a double leg takedown, and Handsome sprawled, landing his entire 255 pounds on my back. Now I'm in a terrible position, but I'm able to roll into an open guard, which now transforms into a half guard, where I've got control of one of his legs. My instructor's yelling at me to pummel, but I'm more worried about getting a breath since Handsome's entire weight is on my throat.
Get your leg out of there! Get out of the guard! Get your leg out of there!
Very difficult to submit, although I have my eye on that ponytail that I'm thinking of wrapping around your throat if I could get away with it.
I'm trying to get that gi around your neck.
You're doing a pretty good job. That's why I can't seem to move too well. What I'm trying to do is to try to get you off balance and reverse you with a sweep to the left. But you're blocking me with your right arm.
That's right. That's exactly what I was doing.
Right now, my head feels like a grape does when you squeeze it between two of your fingers.
Going back up to my carotid artery again there with your finger.
I'm trying to slip to your back. If I can free my head and get to your back, you'd be terribly vulnerable, but you're blocking me.
See, and I'm thinking right now, this is the longest 2 minutes of my life. Then we get away, and then look at that. How do you explain that?
Well, Mr. Handsome decided that the beast needed a few seconds of rest. He didn't want to take advantage of the age disparity.
Yeah.
And decided to give me a few seconds to breathe and catch my breath. I mean, after all, you wouldn't want a cardiac event occurring in the middle of the ring.
I understand.
Okay. Bernie's regained his energy and he's ready to fight.
I am still thinking this is the longest 2 minutes of my life. But still feeling pretty good about myself that I haven't got choked out by now.
And now we're both a little bit tired at this point. We're looking for an advantage.
A little harder to pull than I thought. Ooh.
Mr. Hadley tried to throw me. I tried to back up and tripped. Fell down into the open guard. This is called a butterfly guard when I have both my legs in between his. Mr. Hadley now backs away, also to give me a little bit of breather, which I appreciate greatly.
I'm thinking this has got to be the longest 2 minutes of my life.
Again, we're fighting for position. I'm trying to get my arms inside of his arm in an underhook, and he's holding on to my gi in order to prevent it.
That was one of Bernie's helpers over there in the corner asked him to use my weight.
And my reply was, yeah, right.
He gave up, what, almost 60 pounds in weight? 50, 60. I liked holding that belt. Somewhere here you try to break at.
Wearing the gi is definitely a disadvantage to me, but it gives me a few extra offensive moves that I wouldn't otherwise have. I felt that the advantage was so far in your favor for size and weight that a little bit of further disadvantage to me wouldn't really harm me.
We're going to have like 3-minute rounds next one, I'm sure. 10-minute rounds? Oh, okay, yeah, right. I don't think so. Okay. You're such a good sport. I'm exhausted.
Well, it's the first rule of the Gracie Academy. Don't piss off the bigger, stronger opponent.
Wow. So when you do stuff like that, you learn to have respect for boxers and wrestlers. Oh, no!
Beast does a double leg takedown, but cannot make it because Handsome does a sprawl, and now is going for a guillotine choke around my neck.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
I'm busy trying to breathe around that arm. I'm trying to maintain my base so I won't be rolled over onto my back.
And that's what I'm trying to do, get you on your back. Oh, sweep around to the back.
Beautiful sweep around to the back, but he didn't complete it. I'm managing now to turn to my back and get my legs in between his into an open butterfly guard, as you can see. Now I'm working for an arm bar on the right arm. I'm thinking about choking. Okay, I'm going for a sleeve choke. I've grabbed my...
Here, a guy. Look at that. Bernie's getting a little frustrated by now because of my superior skills of laying on top of you. Oh.
A sleeve choke. I grab my left sleeve and I'm trying to bring my opposite arm inside of his neck. His ring coach, who's also a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu instructor, warned him about it, and Handsome ducked his chin just in time, making me extremely frustrated. Now I'm going for an omoplata, trying to bring my left leg around his head and key lock the arm, but he frees his arm. And is now going for an ankle lock.
That's right.
However, he forgot that his ankle is sitting right by my face.
That's right.
And if he's not very careful, he will be ankle locked.
Right there I tapped out. I lost. I keep thinking I was tapping because of the kids. I had this excuse, that excuse.
Now,
I lost.
A key lock like that would have been much better performed if I had control of the leg, which I did not have. So I'm not really sure that I had a good submission at that point.
Now I'm just showing my concern about having 2-minute rounds.
Hey, there's supposed to be 2-minute rounds.
He cares. Like, people care about me.
See, at this point, I felt that the longer the rounds, the better, because the more tired Hansen became, the better off I was.
See that? Anderson just letting me know. This ain't boxing. This is ultimate fighting. Right then, I'm just thinking, what was I thinking? Yep.
Now that gentleman is Hansen's jiu-jitsu coach, Aki, who's also a Brazilian jiu-jitsu instructor, and who I yelled at to keep his mouth shut since Mr. Hadley really didn't need his help. I was having enough trouble just as it was.
Well, I think after training for 4 months here in the future will help a lot.
Again, sparring for position, trying to avoid being lifted up into the air. I'm also trying to get an underhook with both my arms. That is, get both of my arms underneath and inside. Hansen tries for a double leg and I sprawl.
Yes, he did.
Now I'm gaining control and I'm using my right hand as a cross face, gaining the back and setting my legs in between his legs as hooks. Now, Mr. Hadley now makes the mistake of looking up to see what was happening, and I managed to apply a rear naked choke.
It wasn't a mistake. I was trying to breathe. I was trying to breathe.
Now at this point, Mr. Hadley's beard is working against him since I've grabbed a hold of it.
At that point, I was just choked out. Right then, I couldn't breathe anymore. I was starting to go a little limp there, and that's Bernie Sunstedt. He was nice enough to let me up. And that's it. That was the match. Since we all had such a good time, we're thinking of...
And it just goes to show that age and a friendly referee can overcome size, strength, and technique.
Oh, I wish. But in May we'll do a rematch, man. That's Mitch Greer. Good job.
Good technique and a $500 donation will accomplish.
See, I wish I knew these things before the match. What was that? You said,
$500 donation to the referee. Yeah. It's amazing with how, what a small bribe to the appropriate person will accomplish.